to Sisters in Company Talking About It live show. Hosted by me, Dr. Sharon Cradle, and Sherelle Higgins. We will be discussing intriguing, intricate, inspirational, informative, and intelligent topics with our individual twists and talents.
We will present real stories, real solutions, and engage in real talk.
So we invite you to be our company every Sunday afternoon at 3:00 p.m. as we focus on transcendent thinking that will move you forward. You become the company you keep.
What company do you keep? Oh yeah, we are biological sisters by way of the south side of Chicago. So get ready to keep company with us and our guests as we talk about it. Welcome to Sisters in Company Talking About It. As you can see, my co-host Sharon is not here with me today. However, I do have a special co-host here. My lovely son, Jalen, is here. He's going to be with us the entire hour. And I just want to let you know up front, this is not scripted. We have not talked about questions that I'm going to be posing to Jalen. We have not done any of that, so it should be fun. Sit back, get you a beer. You know I like beer. Not you, Jalen. You don't drink. Well, at least not yet. Before we go and kick off this show, since Sharon is not here, I have to do both her part and mine. So let me just start with I'm Sherelle Higgins, and I'm your favorite co-host. And as we do with all our shows, we're going to go ahead and kick off with a scripture. And so the scripture is Psalms 103. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. I gain understanding from your precepts. Therefore, I hate every wrong path. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light onto my path. And I like that scripture because as a parent, every wrong path that your child takes really is something that I hate, particularly me because it just gnaws on my nerve. So, with that being said, I'd like to welcome Jalen. Welcome, Jalen.
Hey. Hi, guys.
So, Jalen, being here, I kind of pre-thought some questions for you, and so it should be interesting to see, how you respond to the questions. So, let's start with the... He said, oh, God. Let's start with the first question. So, Jalen, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Jalen, as you guys know that. I'm like 5'9". I'm 15. My birthday is September 10th, 2002. And I'm in the 10th grade.
Well, all right. And what high school do you attend?
Potomac Senior High School.
And where's that located?
Dumfries, Virginia.
All right. And so are you looking forward to moving to the 11th grade?
Yes and no.
Why yes and no?
Well, yes, because I'm tired of the 10th grade already. And no, because I like my teachers this year. So.
Oh, do your teachers like you this year?
I know one in particular who doesn't.
And I wonder why that is.
I don't bother her. She bothered me first.
That's what your mouth say. So, Jalen, tell us what's exciting about you having your driving permit.
Exciting, or what's another word for it? Anyway, exciting, just being able to get out there and start driving like a regular person.
You were not regular before?
No, I was weird. I was weird before.
You was weird before?
But if you're not weird, you're not normal, so.
Oh, okay. Weird is normal. Okay, I'm not weird, but I'm definitely not normal. I'm above average, so.
She's weird.
So, Jalen, why don't you tell us, what do you think is the biggest challenge for the kids that's in your age group in 2018?
In or out of school?
Either.
Okay. In school, well, the teachers don't really do anything to keep us entertained, so all we have to really do is like get on our phone or sleep. And no,
Okay.
That's just not the way to do things in school.
Okay.
And outside of school, you just gotta meet as many people like in your age group and that you think that you would get along with, and make them your friends.
Okay. And so, how do you decide who's going to be your friend?
First impressions. First impressions are everything.
So what's a first impression that you would say, I think I might like this person?
Like if they're rude, like if they cut you off mid sentence, like no, drop them. But if they are like listening to like all of your problems and giving you like good solutions, then yeah, you should consider making them a friend.
Okay. And you have problems? You have problems? I'm trying to understand. What problem could you have?
Yes, I have problems, but none like that.
Oh, okay. None like that. Okay. So, all right. So, Jalen, let's talk about part of what I want you to help us with as parents is educate us about what goes on in you all's world, because, your father showed me an article today, and it happened to be something that happened yesterday, where they was talking about they was taking down the traditional old school clocks out of the school system because the kids are not taught to tell time on those clocks, and everything. Most clocks are digital now, so you don't really need the old fashioned clocks, as they called it. So, do you agree with that? You think they should? You think that's an old fashioned way of telling time?
No, not necessarily old fashioned, because I still look at that clock. So, and that was just how I was taught to tell time. So, like, if somebody asks me what time it is, it's like a natural response if I can see the clock to look up at the clock and tell them. So,
Okay.
no, they should not take them out of school.
Oh, okay. So, so what kind of challenges do you see in the high schools other than the teachers not keeping you entertained?
Beef. Keep it all outside of school. Beef.
Okay, what are kids beefing over?
Nothing I can say on air.
Okay, thank God. Okay, well, at least he being raised, y'all. Is it usually surrounding a girl? Does it usually have something to do with that?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Oh, okay. Do you have a girlfriend? You want to share it with us?
I knew this question was coming. No, at the moment, right now, I do not have a girlfriend.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, why not? I thought you had it going on.
Okay, well, I'm going to speak directly to the viewers right here.
Okay.
Now, this may sound cocky, but it's not. Girls think I'm fine. That's just what I've heard. Girls think I'm fine. But I'd rather go for somebody who doesn't look like Jennifer Lopez and have like a horrible personality. I would rather go for a personality, and some girls at Potomac, I just hate their personalities. So yeah, that's why I don't have a girlfriend right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good that you are not so shallow that they have to look like J-Lo, and that you want to go after their personality. Now, do you have a personality that they want to come after other than being fine? Because you're going to need that.
I would think so, yes.
Okay.
I would think so.
All right. Well, we'll go with that for right now. So, Jalen, people always say to me, you are so funny. Your kids must think you are a hoot. So let's share with the audience what's so great about me being your mother.
It's never a downtime in my life, I will say that. Never a downtime. Never quiet in the house either, especially when she's on the phone. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all I get.
That's pretty much it.
No, okay. What about your father? Let's bring him into this. And yes, his father is in the studio.
Well, it's basically the same thing. Never quiet in the house. Never a dull moment either. Every 30 seconds, Jalen. So but it's a way of my life now. I've gotten used to it, so it doesn't get on my nerves anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna ask you what get on our nerves, but
Wait. That's a whole completely different question.
You just said we don't get on
Hold
your
on.
nerves no more.
No, I didn't say that. I said calling my name every 30 seconds doesn't get on my nerves anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, what could I possibly do that would get on your nerves?
I gotta think about this.
Yeah, think about that one. Because from where I sit, nothing I do would really should get on your nerves. Because everything I do is in your best interest, and I'll be trying to help you.
Yeah, okay.
He's thinking about what I do to get on his nerves. You see how he's struggling, and he can't seem to come up with anything. So
Okay. No. I got one. So this was like 2 weeks ago. I come downstairs, and I'm bringing my plate and my cup. Mom has been sitting in the same chair for like 2 hours. She had her plate right next to her. Her plate right next. Mind you that the living room is a mere 10 feet from the kitchen. So I'm coming downstairs. I put my stuff in the dishwasher, and I'm on my way back upstairs. I finally get to my room. Jalen, come get this plate. Knowing in her mind that she just saw me walk downstairs and put my stuff over there. Still waited till I got back upstairs, got comfortable, and then waited to call my name. And yeah, stuff like that. That's all you really do.
Oh, see, okay. Well, let's go. Let's move over to your father. So, what is it that your father does that gets on your nerves?
Am I gonna get in trouble if I say this?
No, you ain't gonna get in no trouble. This a trouble-free zone. Go ahead, speak your mind, son.
I'm thinking.
See, he trying to pick which one.
Yeah.
Come on, we don't have all day.
Probably just getting the trash. Like, he'll call me like two or three times in a week to come get the trash out of his room. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it? Oh, we doing real well then. That's wonderful. So, audience, if you would like to call in on 833-202-8255, we would let Jalen take some questions from you. So that you can get in on this conversation. No, he is not on punishment. Somebody's comment said, "Is he on punishment?" No, he probably just stay on punishment. It's just a way of life. So Jalen, let's talk about soccer.
Okay.
Let's talk about why don't you tell the audience about your soccer career and about some of the achievements of your soccer career?
Well, I've been playing soccer since around I was 6 years old. And my team and myself over the years have 18 medals. And this season, we state cup champs. So.
State cup champs.
So we get to go to Boston in June to compete for the NPL finals. And then since we won that state cup, if your parents could afford it, you can also go to Colorado and play there. And if we win in Boston and we still go out to Colorado, we stay out in Colorado for 2 weeks because the finals from Boston are in Colorado too. So
can your parents afford for you to go to Colorado for 2 weeks?
I would think so, because Mom was very excited when we had that meeting about it. So yeah. And
so what position do you play for those people out there that play soccer or know anything about soccer?
I play the 7. It's called right wing or right striker. So yeah, I play the 7, and my responsibility is basically to score, assist, and get back on defense. So I do all 3 of those.
Oh, multi-talented.
Very well.
Multi-talented. Hold on, we have a call coming in. Hello, caller. Welcome to Sisters in Company Talking About It. Can we help you?
Yes, hello. Hi, nephew. You are
Hey,
doing
Jerome.
such an awesome job. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Good. Hi, Jalen. I'm so proud of you. Thanks for sitting in for your aunt today.
Thank
I
you.
am
You're
loving the topic and your candor with answering the questions. You are doing a wonderful job. So I do have one question for you, and I'm not sure if this question has already been asked, but what is the greatest challenge that you see teenagers having today, Jalen?
Do you want me to speak according to studies or personally?
Do you know according to studies?
You can do both.
Oh,
do
okay.
both.
Okay, so he gonna go with personal because he don't know about the studies.
Yeah. Personally.
Okay, well, whichever one.
Personally, the greatest challenge I would think is trying to keep my grades up, cause I'm a very busy child, very busy, and it's just like on nights like after practice, you gotta find like the will to finish homework and study. Even though you're really, really tired, you gotta find the will to study and do your homework and try and keep your grades up. So yeah, that would be my biggest challenge.
Can you do that like when you get home from school? Because
Yes,
you got time between school, get home from school, and practice.
yes, you can. But when you get home from school, that's what kids call your recharge hours,
No.
where you gotta go upstairs, get in your bed, and just recharge before practice. Cause school sucks the life out of you.
Okay, school sucks the life out of them.
So-
So
It does. Sitting in.
Yeah, so the greatest challenge is being a student athlete. So how do you manage being a student athlete? How do you keep your grades up? Because in order for you to play soccer, your grades have to be good. So how do you manage that?
I just do the best I can.
You gotta go upstairs, get your bag.
Sharon, we getting some feedback from you. Somebody talking in the background.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I just do the best I can and manage it the best I can. And I used to have a calendar that I went accordingly to, and now it's just habit. So
Okay. Somebody commented, "Job sucked the
All
life
right.
out of you too."
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you so much, Jalen. Love you guys.
All right,
You
thanks.
too.
Next caller.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
So, all right. So that was a good question about being a student athlete because it's a reason why the word student comes first and athlete comes second. And it's important to, in order to be a student athlete, to keep your grades up. And so I'd like to know, Jalen, would you like to play soccer in college?
yeah, it would be a nice opportunity.
Okay. So what colleges are you thinking about?
I haven't really looked at any colleges for soccer right now, except for like Virginia Wesleyan, like down there.
Oh, okay. So what are you waiting on? Because you getting ready to be a rising junior, and a lot of kids get signed in their junior year.
Well, I just have to. Well, we had a meeting about this for the soccer club that I play for, and I just have to reach out to the coaches and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So that'll be a good start to reach out to the coaches and have them come out and check you out at some of your games. So we'll put that on the list of things for you to do, not on the list of things for me to do. So, you didn't say Virginia State. They have
Yeah.
an intramural soccer club at Virginia State, and they are now starting to spread across the HBCUs because that's the first step into them moving into being ranked as a D1, D2, D3 school team.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put this out there. I didn't know that Virginia State had a soccer team. That's why I didn't say that.
Okay, all right, that's fine. You learn something new every day. I didn't know either until I went down there with Sierra, and that's when I learned about it. So that's a good thing. So do you want to stay close to home when you go to college, or do you want to go far away?
I don't want to go far away, but I don't want to be too close where they can just drive and see me in 20 minutes.
Why you don't want us to see you?
I'm not saying that, but you've lived with your parents for 18 years. College is probably where you get to like go somewhere and just be your own self. So
Okay,
without your parents' influence.
right, and I think that's a great idea. Your sister is trying to FaceTime me in the middle of the show. That won't work. So have her call. Tasia, if you are listening, call 833-202-8255. Text her that number, Kiki. Okay, so Jalen's aunt Kiki is also in the studio here. And so Tasia and Jalen and Kiki grew up together, even though she is 30 years their senior. So, Jalen, talk to us about your auntie Kiki. What did she do to get on your nerves?
Kiki only really does one thing that gets on my nerves, and she does this almost every time I see her. Every time she wants to take a picture, knowing I don't want to take a picture.
So what's the best thing about Auntie Kiki?
Hold on. Probably that she lives so close to us, and I know that if you guys aren't around, that I can call her and she can probably come over.
Okay, that's so sweet. So, you would say Auntie Kiki is always around and available.
Yes, probably.
Oh, okay. What about her money? Does that go with her being so close? It's a good thing.
Most of the time, yes.
Why you say most of the time?
Cause Kiki be stamping me sometimes.
Okay, stamping. Oh, okay. That's. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I gotta learn this new slang. What's stamping you?
It's like she comes in clutch.
She
You
comes.
don't know what that means either.
No, she comes in collection. Okay, say it then. 833-202-8255. The audience want to know what is stamping.
Stamping is like when you know that if you call somebody up, like they can do it for you, like right there on the spot. It's like reliability, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's reliable. Oh, well, that's a good thing. Shoot. Now, that's more positive than what he said about me and his daddy. Okay, well, now we know what stamping is. I like to when I hear the kids use the slang, I try to incorporate it into my. Hold on, we have a call coming in. Let's talk.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
T-Top.
I had a question for the student athlete.
What's your question for the student athlete? First, you got to tell us who you are.
It's anonymous.
Okay, it's anonymous. All right, Tasia,
For
anonymous.
those of y'all who don't know, it's T-Top from the SB.
Yes.
So student athlete, what sparked your love for the sport of soccer? How did that come about? Where did that come from?
She making this about her. Go ahead. We'll work with her.
Well, seeing my sister play soccer, it looked like a pretty cool sport.
You got that, Tasia?
That's it?
Yep. That's it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any other
That's so
questions?
motivational.
Well, Tasia, now that we have you on the line, I have a question for you. So what makes your parents so great? Start with your mother.
Lord, here we go. Well, my mama, let's see. I don't know too many Sherelle Higgins out in the world. Yeah, she's a little different. My father, he's a little different too. They're the perfect match. I don't know what I would do without them.
So, children, would you all say we are a great role model for you?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, so why would you say that, Jayla?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about us make us great role models for you?
Well, I don't know about my
Because I
dad.
feel
Go ahead, Tasia.
Go ahead.
okay. And I'm not trying to speak down on nobody else's parents when I say this, but I feel like
part of the reason that's wrong with our generation is because they were raised by kids as well. Because I know a lot of people have parents who are younger than our parents, so I feel like that's part of the reason what makes y'all so different from everybody else.
Cause your daddy old. That's what you
Well,
saying.
I said both of y'all are old.
I'm not old. I'm fabulous. So, Jalen, what makes us a good role model for you?
Well, as I was saying, I don't know if this goes for my dad, but I know this goes for my mom. The will to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning and go to work. Sometimes earlier than 6 o'clock, 5, 4, 3, maybe even 2. And she'll be up those 4 hours until 6 o'clock.
Yes, because
I was about to say, Daddy will wake up when it's time for him to go to work, but when Mommy be up ready to talk at 3 o'clock in the morning, don't nobody want to be up.
So, that's good, Jalen, that you would say that because, we have to model the behavior. We can't, be slacking off and not going to work just because, our stomach hurt or got a headache. Because if we did that, then you would grow up to think that was okay behavior. And, when you get your job, they're going to want you to, the first thing they're going to want you to do is come to work. And they're going to want you to be there more than you're not there. And so that's a good, model for us to behave for you. So let me ask you this, Jalen. What would it take for you to be able to miss school?
Can't believe she really just asked me that question. According to her, nothing. If I got shot in my leg, she'll probably want me to be at school.
Yeah, that's a legit answer. Everything else? Okay, Jalen? No. Jalen, you got it good, because when you were sick, you got to miss school, okay? Me? No. Jalen, you had it good, okay?
Tasia, I haven't missed a day
I was at school, and I was at school, let me tell you one time, I was in the 3rd grade. I had the whole stomach virus, and they didn't even want to believe me that I was sick. They thought I was just trying to miss school. Got to school, threw up in the bathroom and all that. Then Daddy had to come all the way back home from D.C. after they just got to work and come get me from school because I was sick. So, Jalen, you had it good, okay? I had to go to school to throw up for them to come get me from school. But moral of the story is, that's what makes them good parents. Because if I would have never went to school and threw up, I would have missed school that day.
Well, let me just say this. Jalen, you remember when you had the swine flu.
Uh-huh.
You ain't go to school then.
I ain't
Okay,
go to
that's the
school
only
for
time.
a whole week. And
Yes.
it was a good week, too.
And so there you have it.
And that was in 4th grade. That was in 4th grade. That was the last time I missed a week straight of school.
So I don't understand why you would need to miss a week at school. If school is open, you should be there.
Okay, well, let me rephrase what I just said. That was the first time I missed 2 days max out of school. That was the first time.
Okay. All right, that's good. So, see, you are already developing good work ethics by getting up every day and going to school. And so, how many times do you miss the school bus?
Okay, well, where did y'all go last year, Aruba? It was
Jamaica somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, it was somewhere down there.
I was about to say, how many times did you miss the bus when Mommy and Daddy weren't there and I had to take you to school?
Not even gonna lie, I missed the bus 2 days in a row that whole week, and Tasia had to take me to school. Tasia was mad because I had to wake her up, and it wasn't my fault because my alarm didn't go off. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, okay.
It was your fault.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't my fault.
So hold on. Let's ask. So when we're home though, how many times do you miss the school bus? Why don't you miss the school bus? Maybe that's a question I should be asking.
He's gonna be
Because I don't feel like hearing y'all yell at 6:40 in the morning.
Oh, okay. And that's your free ride.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's limousine service. They come right to the house and pick you up, drop you off right at school.
No, I don't. I gotta walk 7 houses down.
Uh-uh.
I know. I gotta walk 7 houses down the block.
Ooh,
Just to go to
a
the
whole
bus stop.
7 houses. That's not far. If you get a job, you're gonna have to go further than that.
It's far for 6:40 in the morning.
Right, I used to have to walk to Swan Creek to get on my bus stop, Jalen.
Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it.
I mean, from Swan Creek
Oh,
to my bus stop.
okay. All right, Tasia. Thank you for calling in.
Uh,
We shall talk to you later.
you kicking me off?
I am, because you ain't talking about nothing.
You kicking me off?
Yeah, because you ain't talking about nothing.
All right, bye.
Bye. So Jalen, let's talk about your dad being an older parent, because he is probably, if not the oldest, close to the oldest parent on the soccer fields.
You listening?
So, do you think it's a difference between? Can you tell the difference between your parents and some of your friends' parents, whose parents are not as old as your father?
Yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. Dad will probably, if you're not there, he'll probably like go to like down like to one quarter of the field, and he'll just sit there instead of like all the younger parents in one group yelling, shouting, screaming, cussing, all of that. He'll just sit that down there and stay to himself.
Okay. So, what about in terms of upbringing? Do you think there's a difference between us and the things that you can or can't do versus some of your friends whose parents are a little bit younger?
No, there's not really that much of a difference, I would say.
Oh, okay. So you think your friends, I won't call their names, but your friends, particularly ones that live near us in the same community, their parents have the same type of values as we have?
More or less.
Okay. That's a good thing, because you'll get to appreciate this later in life, but as you and particularly when you become a parent, like when you're 40, because you can't be one before then. But when you become a parent, it's going to be important for you to surround your kids, have friends whose parents have similar styles. And so, somebody's asking on Facebook, are your parents smart? Strict?
Yes and no.
Why you say yes and no?
Yes, because I still gotta come inside by the street lights, and no.
You don't even be outside.
Yes, I do. I go outside during the summer, and no, because like if I like call you or text you and ask you, can you put some money in my account so I can go somewhere, then you usually do it without any questions, no problem.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad you recognize that. So let's talk about these street lights. You're a young African American male in this country, and in the summertime, the street lights come on at about 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you have been out all day, or rather you've been out for 15 minutes, once it gets dark outside and you are not driving, you're walking around, anything can happen. And so, we have to be concerned about your safety. As a young African-American male in this country, and you hearing about a lot of these unarmed men being shot, do you have any concerns around that?
I'm going to speak personally to the viewers right here. Viewers, if you are not police, I'm not afraid of you. You can run up on me all you want. Ain't nothing going to happen except you going to be in a bloody puddle on the street. That's all I got to say.
Okay. So what about these cops?
Oh, no, the cops got it. I'll do everything, swear up and down that they want me to. I'm just
Okay.
not trying to get shot.
Okay. All right, because they not out here playing with y'all.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And they are just, going in. And so you got to be careful out here. And that's why, if you're not at somebody's house, you don't need to just be roaming the street at 9 o'clock at night. As a 15-year-old, you need to be somewhere safe, where we hope that the parents, if they have guns, they have them locked up and out of sight and not accessible. Have you ever been around a gun?
Like an actual gun that can shoot people, like and kill them, or
Is it any other kind?
No, like because there's like BB guns.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Take the BB, a real gun.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
I've been around BB guns, but
Okay.
not a real gun.
Okay, good. So do you and your friends ever talk about school shootings?
No, not really. We aren't. Like me and my friends, we have like the same conversations every day at lunch. Like we usually talk about sports or like what went on with one of our friends in class or something.
Oh, okay. Do you do you have any concerns around school shootings in terms of it actually coming to your school? Because there's been a time or two where your school has sent out notices to the parents saying that something has happened at the school. And I don't know if it was when you was at Potomac or when Tasia was at Potomac that supposedly a kid had brought a gun to school. You remember that?
I do, but I don't think it was from me. I think it was from Tasia.
Oh, okay. All right. So, do you know any kids at school who would, not that I'm asking you their name, don't say their names, who would have the potential for that type of behavior?
Nah.
Okay. So why do you think people in our community think Potomac is a bad high school?
Probably because over half of the population at Potomac is African American. That's why I would think so.
Okay. And that just kind of comes along with the reputation?
Yeah. Like we have like at school we joke around and say that like Potomac is like a ghetto high school. But no, it's really not. Like all we do is just sit and talk to our friends and we just be cooling, so.
Cooling. I know how to cool it. I'm cooling.
That's not even how you use that. Okay.
You don't think I'm cooling?
That's not how you use it, Mom.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come right back, and we're going to continue this conversation with this young African-American male, Jalen Higgins, on the show.
Welcome to Sisters in Company Talking About It live show. Hosted by me, Dr. Sharon Cradle, and Sherelle Higgins. We will be discussing intriguing, intricate, inspirational, informative, and intelligent topics with our individual twists and talents.
We will present real stories, real solutions, and engage in real talk.
So we invite you to be our company every Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock p.m. as we focus on transcendent thinking that will move you forward. You become the company you keep.
What company do you keep? Oh yeah, we are biological sisters by way of the south side of Chicago. So get ready to keep company with us and our guests as we talk about it. Okay, we are back with my special co-host Jalen Higgins, my son, looking at us through the on the screen, on the big screen, and here in the studio. We kind of look alike.
I noticed that earlier. We were like the same skin color. I was looking at it.
Yeah, look at that. So Jalen, let me ask you this: what would provoke your parents to come up to your school?
I'm gonna tell y'all about one time last year, and she knows what I'm talking about too. So I'm sitting in the back of the classroom with my friends doing my warm up in biology. Mind you, I have a B or a B plus in biology, so I wouldn't think it wouldn't be a problem that I'm not sitting in my assigned seat. So I'm sitting in the back doing my warm up, and I think it was Miss Norwood, our administrator. She comes in and she calls me. She calls me outside to the hallway, and next thing I know, Mom is standing right there. And she's like, what are you up in there doing? I'm like, I'm doing the warm-up. And she said, are you sitting in your assigned seat? I was like, no. And she was like, why not? I said, because I thought it wouldn't be a problem if I was still doing my work. Boy, was I wrong. Ever since then, I've sat in my assigned seat every day at school.
And then the teacher didn't have to send me a message to say, see, your teacher started it. I didn't start that. She sent me a message saying you was being disruptive and that you weren't sitting in your assigned seat and you were coming in class talking to your friends the whole time. And so,
That's
of
a
course, if she sends me a message, that means I have to do something as a parent. I can't just say, oh, okay, well, he got to be in the class, so you should have never sent me no message. So she said she'd been asking you to sit in your assigned seat, but you weren't following the instructions. And so I had to take action because, I can't be that parent who the teachers contact and then there's no consequences for you. So, you'll thank me for it later. You don't look like you're thanking me right now, but you will later. You'll thank me for it and really begin to understand as you get older, why it's important for us not to have to come up to the school. Because you should agree that the teachers' jobs are hard enough, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And so the last thing they need to be dealing with is behavioral issues from the children, right? And so that's why, it's about following rules and it's about following, what the leader. Because when you go into the workplace, you're going to have to follow the rules. They're going to say, Jalen, this is your assigned desk. You can't then turn around and say, oh, I'm not going to sit there. I'm going to sit over here next to Susie and Bobby because I like sitting over there better. You're going to have to sit where they tell you to sit. And so that discipline starts in the classroom. So let's talk about what you want to be when you grow up, Jalen, other than independent outside the house.
Well, Dad brought this up to me, and he said that he thought that I would make like a really good like personal trainer or like what is it? Like going into the sports medicine field.
Oh.
And then I said that I would look into that, but then my backup would be like probably a marine photographer.
A marine photographer. Talk to me about that. What's that? What do you take pictures of? The ocean?
Yeah, ocean, plant life, animal life. It's like basically when you watch a documentary about like the ocean and stuff, I would be the one behind the camera.
Oh, now that's a unique occupation, Jalen. And I bet you it's not very many African Americans doing that occupation. How did you come up with that?
I don't know. I just like the ocean, and I want to learn more about it.
Oh, so are you taking oceanography in school next year?
No, I take chemistry next year. I'm taking oceanography my senior year.
Okay. All right. So what is it about the ocean that intrigues you?
How solitary it is. Like if you just go out there and you're like in the middle, it doesn't matter if you're on above water or below water. It's just really quiet.
And the fish and the different life that lives in the water that interests you as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I think that's a great occupation actually. You wouldn't be scared to be out there in that water with those things that's swimming around. I know they have sharks and.
No, not really.
Not really. Oh. I would be scared. I have to stay on land. So that's really interesting. So what do you credit your interest in that? So how did you become interested in the ocean and the things that happen out in the ocean?
Well, I've been watching like biographies of like the ocean and like documentaries and stuff like that, and it really interests me, so I thought it would be a good idea to try and go into that field.
Oh, okay. You'll probably make a lot of money in that field too.
Yeah.
Which is what you're gonna need, because I need you to be independent off my bankroll and out the house in 2 more years. Or you won't be independent, but you'll be out the house in 2 more years. You looking forward to that?
Yes and no.
Why? Why you say no?
No, because I like my bed at home.
Oh,
It's comfortable. I like my
you
room.
want to take it with you? You're welcome to take it with you when you go.
I ain't gonna be able to fit it in 2 years.
Somebody says, Jalen, what have your parents spoken to you about how to handle a racially provoked situation?
Dad talks to me about this all the time, but the only like racial like situation I could think of is like with the cops. But and we haven't really talked about anything else like outside of with the cops.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how I would react if it wasn't somebody who was the police.
So do you get bullied at school?
No, I do not get bullied at school.
Do you see other kids being bullied at school?
No, I don't really be paying attention to other kids. I pay attention to myself, where I'm going, and my friends.
Oh, okay. All right. And none of your friends are being bullied at school?
I wouldn't think so.
Oh, okay. You ain't never been bullied at school?
Never.
You ever been bullied, period?
Nope.
Well, that's a good thing. I know there's a lot of kids want to be in your shoes. So what do you think about the whole topic of bullying?
It's just wrong.
It's just wrong?
Yeah, it's just wrong. Like, for the kids out there that bully, like, just go home and say some of that stuff to your parents and see how they would react, and do some of that stuff to their parents. I'm not gonna speak from personal experience because I know what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna avoid that at all costs. So I don't bully kids, but for the bullies out there, y'all need to stop that. That's just not even cool.
That's a good answer, Jalen. Bullying is certainly not cool. So I'm glad to know that you don't get bullied and that you don't bully anybody, because you're right. It is not cool. And I hope that if you saw, if you had friends who were bullying kids, you would certainly step in and tell them that that's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Good, because you're right. It is just so not cool, and so many kids take their own lives because of kids bullying them at school. That my heart goes out to their parents because of that. That is just a crazy situation, and the poor schools. They're expected to be able to resolve it, but a lot of times they can't. And when you have a child who's bullying somebody, it's usually because that child is experiencing something traumatic at home, and it's either they're undisciplined or they have something else going on, and they're taking out their frustrations on somebody that they consider to be the weaker link in society. And so it's never good to take advantage of that. So let's talk about, earning money. So what do you do to earn money? Other than say, can you put money in my account?
Like, earn money from you guys, or like just
you
earn
get it,
money in general?
You get it from somewhere else?
Yeah, because like last summer or like during the winter, I go around and shovel driveways and get money for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I want to start this summer, but like start cutting grass for money. So yeah, that would be how I get money.
Okay.
Outside of you guys.
Okay. So how do you earn money from us?
Doing my chores around the house.
And what else?
Keeping my grades up and not getting into trouble at school, not having teachers call my mom. And yeah, that's how I earn money from you guys. Oh. When I score.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say, as much as that's costing me, I'm just really surprised that you didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's the one that made the mistake of saying $20 a goal. So
that was for a tournament. And somehow he turned that into every game. So, wow, time is flying. We have about 12 more minutes. And so we are, I'm trying to read these comments on Facebook as they come up. It's a little hard for me to see because I only have one contact in, so I can only see out one eye. So, how important is it to save money?
I can't even speak on that. I'm horrible at saving money. Like every time I get some money, I want to go like walk to Walmart or order some food or something because I'm too lazy to cook any food around the house. And if you live with me or have stayed overnight with me, you know that from experience.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. So, let's talk about cooking. And let's talk about, how much I cook. And
Oh Oh, I love to talk about this. Let me tell y'all.
You know,
I don't remember the last time she's cooked. I think it was probably Christmas.
I cooked since then. You asked me to make you a meatloaf.
No. I made that meatloaf. You just told me how to do it. I made that meatloaf. She just told me how to do it. But yeah, the last time like she cooked like a meal for the family, I would say Christmas.
Do you think cooking is a woman's job?
It does. Cooking's not really specific to a gender to me. If you like to cook, then you like to cook.
Good
and
answer.
Nobody else can really take that from you.
That's a great answer, Jalen. That was a setup question. I'm glad you didn't fall for it. I'm so glad you didn't fall for it. Because the audience would have went crazy if you would have said that cooking is for women. Even though I believe that there are certain duties around the house that are gender specific, only specific to men, not necessarily.
Work.
Yes, yard work. Yard work is gender. But you know, I was going to help y'all. See, Sharon said, "Good answer, Jalen. Smart." I was gonna help y'all. Remember, y'all was out there shoveling the snow, and I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to help, and y'all just rolled y'all eyes at me.
Yeah, because we knew you weren't gonna come out there and help.
Oh, I was. Trina said, "At least you know how to make meatloaf now."
That meatloaf was good too.
You can make some more tonight.
No, not tonight. I'm too lazy. I got a big day tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
I got 5 hours of Spanish.
Why?
Like with our new SOL schedules, they have us like our full school day is like 7.5 hours. So we have tomorrow we have first period, second period, and then we go back to first period. So I have Spanish, world history, and then back to Spanish. And then on Tuesday I have my world history SOL in the afternoon.
Oh.
So yeah, and then on Wednesday I have English for 5 hours. Thursday I have my math SOL, and then on Friday the schedule's weird. It's like fourth period, third period, sixth period, and seventh period.
Oh, so the math SOL is coming up, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. The only SOL that I think I'm gonna struggle with is maybe earth science, maybe.
Why?
I don't know. He's been teaching us everything. Like he's been teaching us earth science, astronomy, oceanography, chemistry. He's been teaching us a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. So then, if he's teaching it, why would you struggle with it?
Because it's a lot of stuff that you got to remember.
Oh, okay. Well, then it sounds like we need to start some studying.
No,
I know you got a study package, so we're going to get this studying going like we did last year for the SOL, and we banged it out the park. Remember? We had so much fun with that.
Yeah, because that was the first. That was because I failed the first time.
Okay, well, we don't have to do that this time. We can get it right on the first go round.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like a winner to me. I say we get that study package out and we get to going, so that you'll be ready. Because if you stay ready, come on, say the rest. Come on for the audience. Come on, do it one time.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yes, I love it. Yes. Okay, let me see. We got another question. Somebody said, since it's Mental Illness Awareness Month, have you personally dealt with any students that may have mental illness?
No, not really. I haven't really dealt with them. Like I've seen them in school, but I haven't really dealt with them.
Okay. And so you've seen them at school. How do you know they have mental illness?
Cause they put them in one, like a corner of the school where like it's like out the way and nobody can bother them and they can't bother anybody else. And then when they go to lunch, they like it's like a pack or a swarm of bees. They just all come in, and you can just automatically tell when it's them because it's like the same kids, and you can just tell that they have mental illnesses by the way that they walk, the way that they talk, and like their body language and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have a mental illness?
Yes.
I know. I could tell sometimes.
You need your inhaler?
Yes, I do need my inhaler. I ain't ashamed. You need yours?
Nah.
Are you sure?
I haven't used mine since like last year.
Oh, okay. Well, summer coming. Don't speak too soon.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll be off mine. So, Jalen, let's talk about food allergies.
Okay.
Because a lot of kids have food allergies these days that it wasn't necessarily the case when I was growing up. I had a couple cousins who had some allergies, but it wasn't prominent like it is now. And so do you find that your food allergies are prohibiting you from doing certain things you would like to do?
No, because if something like, for those of y'all who don't know, I have a lot of food allergies.
Can you tell us what they are?
Peanuts, peanuts are the major one. Any kind of nut, seafood, shellfish, lamb, supposedly beef and pork, but I love hamburgers and steaks. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about milk? Eggs?
Supposedly milk and eggs too, but I eat stuff that has milk and eggs in them. Like vanilla wafers, I love vanilla wafers, and I think they have eggs in them.
Yeah, and so when we talked to the allergist about that, he said that it's such a small amount in baked products that's probably why you can consume it, as opposed to if you tried to consume milk straight out of a glass.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do you find that it's challenging for you to find places to eat with the food allergies?
No, cause I like the same kind of stuff. You can ask anybody who's ever been out to eat with me. I'll usually get chicken tenders and fries. Any place that has chicken tenders and fries and doesn't fry them in the same place with seafood, sign me up.
That's good because somebody's asking, do you keep an EpiPen with you?
Yes, I do, but I do not have it today. It's at home.
Okay, so the answer to that question then is not always. So, have you ever had a reaction to anything?
Yes, I remember when we went down to Virginia Beach for a tournament, and we all went out and we had pizza, and we went to this place, and there was like so much cheese on the pizza, it was literally dripping off the plate, and I ate like 4 slices, and I woke up in the middle of the night with hives on my legs.
And what did you learn from that experience?
Not to eat that much cheese.
And so do your friends ask you questions about having food allergies, or they just all know you have them at this point and they just kind of go with it?
No, they don't really ask me anything about my food allergies. Like if I have like 6 or 7 close friends and they all know what my food allergies are, and they usually try to go, like, if I'm staying with them, they usually try and pick somewhere like that we can all eat and that I can eat too.
That's really good that they do that, because thank God these are your close friends, because some friends you would know that they're not your friends if they tried to take you somewhere where they knew you couldn't eat.
Yeah.
What? You was getting ready to say something. It was right there.
No, nothing. Never mind.
Okay. So, do you have any closing thoughts, Jalen? We have about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. You have any closing thoughts you'd like to share with the audience?
For all of the ladies who have girls that are watching this. What?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't try and be somebody that you're not when you're trying to approach a guy. Just come up to him and be yourself, and then Dad says this to me all the time. Be the best you. And that's all that you can really do in those kind of situations.
That's great advice, Jalen. And that's mature advice. So parents, if you have daughters, pass that information on. It's great advice. Tell your daughter, if she's going to approach a gentleman, to just be herself. Don't try to be anybody else. Just be the best person that she can be. So I'd like to say thank you, Jalen, for joining me today as my co-host. You did a fabulous job, as I knew you would. You made me proud. I didn't know what to expect from you, so I'm glad that I know you know how to act out in public. And so that's it for our show. We'll see you next Sunday. Say bye.
Bye.